throughout the show.
All right. Well, anyway, we're hitting record now, whether we want to or not. All right, we've done 3 shows probably in the time that it took to start hitting record on this show.
And now that we pressed record, we probably just forgot everything that we talked about.
As per usual, you know that's how that.
Or practicing if we just press record on.
That's how it plays out, bro. Every single time we sit there, we do a whole show, 3 shows, 4 shows. Every time we talk to each other, and we just don't.
And then
hit
when we
record.
press record, we're like, what do we talk about now?
Yeah, what do we? Yeah, dude. Now we covered everything, but we got a whole show for the people right now, ladies and gentlemen. B2J, the podcast is back. And we are ready to hit record. As you can see, we've already fucking done so. And if you, like I said, if you were a fly in this room, you've got thoroughly entertained for the last couple hours. But we're ready to fucking do this shit. So, as you can tell, this is not your mama's podcast. So, you know, to everybody who's prudish and doesn't like to hear people actually talk in real life, how they actually talk, well then, fuck you. Anyway, let's cue the motherfucking intro.
You know, I always get nervous when we hit record on this sumbitch, and then I think, oh fuck, well, you know, what are people gonna think, you know, and shit like that. But you know what? I don't care. A fucking Batman movie, rated R, dude, is totally just killing it. And did your ears bleed at some point? Yes, it did. Yeah. Therefore, by process of elimination, I do not like John Jones. Knowledge? It's a silent K. Our language is pretty fucked up. Because you're a professional sleeper? Hell no, Ryerson. That's the most badass Mexican on guitar of all time. Carlos Santana. Almost, maybe instrumentally. You have it! It's all yours! I don't want it back! Dude, no, he can play the guitar and it'll sound like he's fucking your mother and you'll be alright. B2J. B2J, the podcast. Things entertainment, baby.
What's up, everybody? This is B2J, the podcast, and we're coming to you live from the
209
Stockton, California. Knows how to party.
So you know what I just realized?
Knows how to party.
We've been doing this for over 2
Knows
years.
how to party.
And we pretty much had the same intro the whole time, right?
Yep.
I just realized that I say B and then stop with 2, but when I start up again, I'm saying 209. From now on, I should just hold the 2 like in
Dude,
English.
you should.
I should just hold it until you...
Yeah, you probably... Oh, dude, that might be good.
It took us 2 years to think about it, for me to think about it, but yeah, I say 2, and then when I wait for you to come back with where we're coming from, I should just hold it. And then when you say that, I can say, 9.
Yeah, dude, that would be... All right, that's for
I gotta
the
get
next
some
episode.
singing lessons from Made in English first, though.
Yeah.
Stop smoking so many cigarettes so I could have the lung capacity to do it.
There's also that. I didn't have to say it, you did. So, anyway, what's up, everybody? Dude, like I said, well, in the pre-fucking show, in the intro-ish thing that we do and before to warn you guys that we're gonna cuss and stuff. Like I said, dude, we pretty much done 2 shows already in the amount of time that we. So this is gonna be. So you would think it would be so easy to do, but actually it is going to be pretty much easy as hell because you guys...
It's fun for us. That's
we've done so much in the time that you guys think that we're off, but we're actually living. There's this thing called living. And
life.
And while it seems as though we're not really doing anything for the show, almost everything that we do that's entertaining is for the show.
Everything in our everyday lives.
You know, so that we have real life stories to bring you guys when we come together and we hit record. So,
like this last time, we haven't pressed record in so long that we got like 5 different crazy stories apiece to tell you.
Oh, exactly. So I don't know. Should you go first or should I go first? Okay, I'll go first. All right. So since we've hit record, one of the things that I've been able to do was I've been able to. I think I've already talked about going to Yosemite.
Vacation?
I think we did do the show past the Yosemite.
I think you talked
part.
about being able to go. I haven't heard personally.
Dude, we got to go. Me and my nephew, we climbed halfway up Yosemite Falls. As far as I know, it's halfway up Yosemite Falls. I've seen actually the video where you're actually hiking a super long trail to get to Bridal Falls, or Bridal whatever, not Bridal Falls, Yosemite Falls, and dude, the John Muir Trail and all this and that. I don't know if I cheated and drove to the actual part. I didn't have to climb very much anything. I mean,
You guys hiked for like a half mile, maybe.
Maybe.
So
me and my nephew did quite a bit more than my wife or my fiance who had my child and my son who he's not. I mean, he's my son. He's been my son for 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many years now, but a lot of years to where I don't remember a time where he hasn't. Well, anyway, I smoke a lot of weed, so spoilers for the world in case you didn't know.
Besides your boy, I thought this story was about your nephew. Was it Caleb, Ryan?
Yeah, Caleb. Yeah,
Okay.
so me and Caleb, we climbed all the way up to it. Kind of just a nice little spot to just me and him, dude, just rock. I'm like, damn, I'm getting kind of old now.
That's probably the blast, the funniest you had the whole trip, huh?
Dude, me and him killed it, man.
That's awesome.
We had a blast. They both became junior rangers. My son, he tries, so I can't really say anything.
He's
negative.
into it, but he's not
He's
into
not.
it like...
He's not into it like that. Like how
He's
how,
not a Boy Scout.
No, I mean,
okay.
well, now he's a junior ranger, so that's a thing. So
But it's not his niche.
it's not his niche. No, it is now. I mean, dude, I got him to get into it a little bit, and that was the whole point. As long as we could get these kids out to nature, man, then they can get into it.
Your boy's
and
about 11
nurture
years old,
nature.
right? Your boy's about 11, right? Well,
10.
when I went to science camp, it was 5th grade. I was 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember having fun, but I remember everybody making this big deal about it. Like, go have the time of your life. You only get it once.
Dude,
and
you and your boy and my boy need to do that. Just a day's trip,
Yeah,
dude.
well,
and we got to do it sooner rather than later. And while you have some...
What do you mean sooner rather than later? Let's wait till the end of the summer where it's not so fucking hot.
Bro, quit bitching. It's not
Before
really
it
that
gets
hot.
cold,
It's hot, but it's
let's
not
wait
that
till
hot.
like September before it
Dude,
gets cold.
there's been way worse years where it's been hot.
And you've lived in Arizona, but I'm still a little bitch. I've lived in California my whole life. I lived in California my whole life.
Touche.
And I, dude, anything over 90, 95, I'm like, no, I'll go swimming, but I don't want to go anywhere else.
No, not like that.
And you've lived in probably 115, 120 degree weather over summer, and that's got to be excruciating, dude. I wouldn't even...
I mean, dude, you once you survive days like that, you're like, I'm a certified G and a bona
Well,
fide
yeah,
stud.
and you feel like you can power through anything. You probably had a few days like that in Texas. But me personally, I've lived in California
kinda.
where
It's
it gets
different.
bad.
It's all different.
I've felt 105, maybe 110 in a bad year in the middle of summer, and I felt some 40 degree, 30 degree weather in a winter. But we're in the Valley of Cali, man. It doesn't get too fucked up here. Mother Nature will hail on us in Stockton every now and then. We don't get snow, but
we got to make it happen. We just got to make it happen. We got to make it happen, dude. Because you said you've never been there to Yosemite.
If I did, I was too young to remember.
That's
I've never traveled at all, man. My mama,
Yosemite's not far.
My mama
bro.
says. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to sound like Adam Sandler there.
But if
mama-
I do go and we do go, I do not want to go the way that I went because
My
that
mom-
was a shitty fucking time.
My mama says I've been to New Mexico and like Arizona and shit as a kid, but I don't remember this shit. I've been to Reno. I've been to the National Bowling
Funny you
Stadium.
bring that up. Mama
My
said,
mama says that alligators are so ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. And then Woody Harrelson's probably my other favorite actor of all time. And Reno, I got to go to the National Bowling Stadium where him and Bill Murray and made Kingpin and
But
shit.
you remember that trip,
man.
so you have got.
Well, I remember bits and pieces of it. I remember being a damn good bowler. I can average 220, but my high game there was 213 because I got drunk. And I think I had like a game where I had 9 strikes, but I had 3 opens that fucked it up.
Damn.
213 is my highest game in Reno. But I was already 21, so I had a pretty good time. It's not like it was all negative.
Dude, if you barely remember it, you had a good time. So, but that's not a trip that you went on recently. So
No, I had about 5 years ago.
here's your
Back to
where we're at.
reality, back to the present.
Back to where we're at in the show. I said mine. I don't know if it counts though. Will you allow it?
What?
The Yosemite trip, talking about it, because I think we've already talked.
It counts
about
as a vacation.
I don't know if
we
it counts as a current
we
event
could-
because we've kind of already done.
Well, you told the fans that you were going on vacation. Like I said, I hadn't heard personally about how much fun you had.
It was
So-
a great ass time. So, in case we did talk about it in the last show, and he just doesn't remember it, we do smoke a lot of weed. So, let's keep that in
Whoa.
mind. And this show is also brought to you by Miller Lite, and we keep it 420 friendly.
Mary Jane
So-
Watson. Oh, wait.
So, on with the show. That's one thing, and then another thing since vacay, San Francisco, going out there, had the worst time of my life. The first time I went out was just fucking treacherously terrible.
Heat?
No,
Everything?
it's just everything.
Traffic.
The only thing that was good about that trip is I got to go and I got to hang out with my family,
Well, there you
so
go.
for whom I haven't seen in a long time. My family, who's from and around the Reno area, which kind of cool because we just brought up Reno,
Yeah.
and the Fallon actually where they're from, yeah. So I got to go and meet. Hang out with my cousin, which is cool. Hadn't seen her in a long time. Haven't seen her family in a long time, and it was so worth it. It was a blast. But the fucking trip to San Francisco was kind of garbage time because
I'm
we
sorry,
didn't get
man.
to do much, dude. And the ocean it was so windy. You couldn't really get the. It was like the wind was kicking your ass and blowing dirt in your face. Before you got into the fucking ocean, like where you could swim and shit. Yeah, I'm sure if you got closer to the ocean,
So
it wasn't
that-
so bad because there's not so much.
That trip was just
And then we wanted to go to
Treacherous 'cause
Golden
the
Gate Park.
and not being able to relax.
Couldn't fucking park anywhere near Golden Gate Park because it just so happened to be the same time
Yeah.
that it was the Hate Ashbury Festival. So you couldn't go anywhere near nothing. Couldn't park nowhere near
Well, I'm
nothing.
sorry you didn't get to relax too much, but I mean, seeing family is always worth it.
That was the best part of it, and that made it worth it.
With
So
your dad, you got to go see a Giants game, so
that
that
redeemed San Francisco
That beat-
for me.
dude, that
but
beats
going
out-
down there, and
that
it was
beats
kind of
out
crazy
anything.
too. It was kind of crazy too. It was easy for us in and out, super easy.
But besides
Great ass
family,
time.
dude, besides
Hot
family,
as Satan's balls though, where we were
well, it's the
sitting.
Bay. You think it'd still be somewhat decent, like a breeze or something?
Nah, dude, not while you're in the ballpark, bro. My
Oh,
dad
wow.
got super fucking roasted by the sun, and then we decided, you know what? We're here. We're gonna go have some garlic fries. We
Get a
we
beer.
we see him all the time. No, dude,
No
no beer.
Oh, that's
Nah, dude, $12 every beer.
Nah,
fucking
you should have
thing,
got
no.
drunk before the game.
$12 a beer. Fuck
Oh.
that life, bro. But we did go get some garlic fries. We tried that, and it just killed us because we were eating under the sun.
I'm sorry.
We got murked,
Dude.
dude. But the Giants won. It was my dad's first time at AT&T Park. It was
Oh,
my
yeah.
second time at AT&T Park. And so far since I went, the Giants are undefeated. And so far since I've went, I don't think the Giants have lost a game since. So
Dude, besides family,
they're on a huge winning
there's
streak. I'm super
no
stoked
better
about that.
reason to go to SF than a Giants game.
Dude, that was so much fun, dude, and worth it. And going there, and
I mean, for you
we
personally,
walked from there and back. We walked from the BART station to there, and then the BART station to back. And my
You
dad's a
and-
million years old, so
you and Bart did the Bart.
he cried the whole
He
time.
cried. He probably cried because he's Bart taking the Bart.
But then when we got back, and I mean, dude, just the
If I was
whole
going-
time was awesome. And
If I was
epic,
going to
and
Bryan College, I'd cry too.
it was
It's
cool.
fun. Dude,
But
that-
yeah, he walked from the BART to the BART, and we took the BART in, and Bart took the BART, and the BART, all that BART stuff going on. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. My dad's name is Bart, in case you didn't know. Now you know.
And now, what the fuck does BART stand for? Bay Area Rapid Transportation?
Probably. That's probably exactly it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, you're
But
probably right, dude.
I'm
That-
probably about 3 of them. I don't know if the R stands.
I can
for,
look that shit
I
up.
don't know if the R stands for rapid, but it sounds about right.
I can look it up. But why? No, yeah, no. Anyway, yeah. So we drove up to the BART, and then we got there, and then it was 107 degrees
That's how my
here.
dad and I used to do it, man. When we do Niners Rams games.
So going from 107 to 80 degrees in San Francisco to back into 107, that was a trip and a half. So that was kind of crazy, and then being extremely fatigued for a few days afterwards, and not really though. it was all good and it was all worth it, and I wouldn't have traded that day in for any other day I've ever had ever. So it was a good time.
Well, you say the Giants are undefeated when you